Hi everyone, Jan is here and haven't made videos for a while, guys. Unfortunately, I have again some circumstances. It is some problems with my family, and it's going to be now December and then January. You know, guys, usually I don't trade as much during the holiday season. I finish around middle of December, and then I start trading again sometime middle of January, maybe February even. So we will see how it's going to be this year. I'm not promising to make every week videos again, but there will be some videos on the channel, so don't forget to check out. And also, if you don't want to miss news and updates from me, you can join my free Telegram channel, which is JanFX. In this video, guys, I want to share with you now ideas for these possibly for the new year, let's say, or for the next few months, what I will be looking for, my thoughts where to get into the trades, because possibly I might be looking into something like a long-term trades opportunities, and it might be a good moment to get into those type of trades. Okay, and I will, as usual, look at the main pairs, and I will share with you some of my ideas with, of course, at the end of the video, gold, oil, and Bitcoin. So let's start with euro dollar. Right now, let's do the bigger time frame so you can see the main picture and my thoughts. Remember, guys, a while ago when we were still, wherever these two tops, I actually told you to pay attention on the technical analysis, right? I saw a triangle and I told you that I see that euro dollar could from here go down to 112. And you see it's exactly what happened, and the actually pair went to 112, where like a lot of people were predicting that it should go 125. So as you can see, how actually technical analysis plus of course fundamentals can give you some clues what to look for. Remember, guys, that was the picture, and that's the triangle I was telling you, right? And that's how exactly I was predicting and telling you where I expect euro dollar, if it will break out. First was little triangle here, and if it will break out, I told you that the pair will go to 112 around this area, and it's actually went even slightly below. So now, as we can see, it started to have a pullback, so quite possibly it is going for correction, right? And of course, so now what with this triangle? Possibly this is going to be the third bottom, right? So as an expectation. At the same time, remember I told you when we have third, could be a breakout. So don't think, for example, from here it might go straight back into a go long-term position. So I wouldn't go from here into the possibility of holding it and waiting for it to go all the way back up again. So no, because now the circumstances, right? We do have, because it's euro dollar, we know about eurozone. So now I'm telling you what to pay attention on. First of all, it could be a very cold winter, and we do know about energy crisis in Europe. So that can affect eurozone, and now it's a new variant of virus, and which scares a lot of people. And of course, if there will be a really bad situation, now there will be attention on this, of course, how bad it is. Will we have vaccine? Because now Pfizer says something, it will take them a while, about could take 2-3 months again to create a new vaccine. I don't think there is still an answer if it will be definitely is it going to be working or not. And of course we will see how strong the virus will be and how fast it will start to spread, and if it will be the same situation like it was in 2020, then of course my expectation that, taking all this into account, euro will continue to drop. Okay, so that's what at this moment particular my expectation, that it will continue to drop, and so it will be weak against dollar, and possibly looking for starting to recover after the winter. Okay, so that's how I feel it. Again, it's exactly my opinion. That's what I'm going to think and doing. So I'm going to see from here if the pair, like taking this into account, and of course remember that for America, It could be the interest rate, they thinking to change them, right, by the end, by the summer or something like that. So of course this kind of news that which can help dollar, okay, to get stronger. And of course, like with the fears, we know that usually dollar gets stronger if they're like virus situation. So that's why my possibility in here, possibly pair can go on a smaller time frames, right? To have a bit of a consolidation, to create this a little bit of whatever bottom, maybe given a flag or something, bearish flag. So we would have to look, because at this moment, if we will go on a smaller time frames, it's pretty much nothing. Yes, it's jumped back up. As you can see here, was a little double bottom. So you can go for a nice little trade in here, right? And of course, from here, we will need to see what is going to be next. Will it continue? Will it give another top? Then it might go down a bit, given another bottom. And then, yes, of course, we will be able to try to turn it around, right? To see if it will be turning point. But this moment, this is just a correction, and it might give us here a triangle, like I'm saying, a little bearish flag. So it's all going to be visible a bit later, because right now it's pretty much nothing. Just one candle doesn't give any ideas. So that's why going back on, you see again, bigger time frame, I want to show you the monthly one, because like I'm saying, my expectation possibly that in winter it will continue to fall, and if like it will be really bad and all lockdowns again, and a lot of cases, and a lot of bad moments, you know, I wouldn't be even surprised to see euro dollar going down below 1. Yes, I will not be surprised to see. And especially, look, we have its downtrend channel, right? And this looks like a bearish flag also, right? It's a triangle and also looking like a bearish flag. So that's why if it will break 1, and with all this news, it can definitely go below 1. So that's why I will be, of course, looking at it closely. Like I'm saying, I might not be going trading every day like I usually do, because of this holiday season usual. I will be, of course, watching if euro will drop dramatically quite fast somewhere. Of course, for the best, we would need to see where it's going to stop. And as unfortunately, it's really hard to say where it can stop, because we do have previous bottom, like really, you know, like it can go even to 0.80. Well, who knows, right? To break out the previous bottom, and it could be big pin or something. But like I'm saying, I see only the situation if it's going to go again really, really bad. If nothing like that would happen, then of course my expectation would be it might go down, but not breaking like 105, or might go a little bit, taking all those bottoms and then go back, and then started to recover or sit in a bit of consolidation. But let's say that area, right? If it's even better situation, if they say, yes, it's all under control, it's not that bad, so then I would expect it probably could be a bottom here. Again, through the winter, they still would want to see how bad it's going to be with Eurozone, with the situation, how cold and energy, then it could just sit and consolidate here, and then only afterwards by summer start to, like starting in spring, to start a bit of a correction. So you see, guys, so if it will fall dramatically somewhere, I will be looking to just jump into the trade straight away, to look somewhere to buy. Of course, with the money management, to expect that it can drop even further, but still my technique would be going with the smaller lot sizes and jumping wherever it will have a big drop somewhere below 1, and I will be jumping into the trade, like I'm saying. But of course, for the best, it's if it will jump somewhere and started to have a bit of giving us again some indication of the turning point, like double bottom, something like that, or a little bit of consolidation. But sometimes when huge jumps happens, you don't have it, and then it could be just a pin, and then it started to go back. But of course, also brokers don't usually allow you to jump into it, but at some point you might get into that trade. But so you need to be really careful. So I'm just like warning you, it's only my opinion, that's how I'm going to work with it. So if there will be no jumps and it just stays somewhere around, then I'm, of course, like I'm saying, I will be looking just for usual possible entry points. Wherever it will go, of course, I will be looking to look for the buys, okay, to look for the buys. But like I'm saying, once again, depends what the news are going to be, and of course a little bit closer to like whatever middle of the winter, like I'm saying, like maybe end of January, February, where it's possibly will be given a little bit more indication than on the reversing, right, for the reverse onto the buys. But at this moment, I just want to see what is going to happening with this news, because you have to be very careful again. Like buying right now at this moment, for example, yes, buying, but of course placing a stop to protect from the, if it will have a huge drop. At the same time, you see selling right now here. If there slightly will be better news, then it might not, it could be the bottom of it, and then it might not come back, and then just like maybe start to recover and sit a little bit higher, right? Okay, have a little bit of the bottom here and then go high and maybe just go a bit closer. You see like whatever, 115, something like in this area. You see there's a lot of here, the crosses. It could stuck in here for a while, consolidate before a bit better, and it will start to its recovery. So that's how I see euro dollar at this moment, guys. At this moment, I still see it a little bit still weaker until there will be some little bit more clarity, especially with the virus. Pound dollar is the same situation, except I see it a little bit better compared to Europe because of not as bad as energy crisis, but Brexit, right? So here is like on top of the also the virus, the Brexit news, and they're still saying that by the end of this year they're not going to make any decisions or something. So again, you see it's December, and who knows again in next year what it's going to be. That's why also the same, I was telling you that I saw pound dollar going down, and actually my point was these pins, right? So that's how I was looking at it, to see it at 131. Here I will be looking to buy it, okay? I will be looking to buy it, but again with risk. Okay, look what the risk is. If I'll go on a smaller, on a bigger time frame, again we're looking at what's possibilities. So my opinion the same with pound dollar, that through the winter it will be low, and of course spring it will start to recover, right? Started to pick up. So that's why I will be looking at the possibilities where to jump into the buy and hold it hopefully for recovery more in summer. Closer to summer. So you see, it's also we have two tops and like this bottom, so it's also looking like a bit of a triangle, right? So that means the third bottom we are waiting for somewhere. That's why I was also telling you that I see it going down and I see those pins. So I had two indications of the possible creation of triangle plus the pins, but the problem is here with the bottoms, I can't connect and see where exactly could be that bottom. So if I will use this right bottom and this little one and also this, and ignore these two as a possible, let's say, false breakout, like many people like to call it. So yes, it's broke, came back. Why it's called false? Obviously, it's just because it didn't continue the way down, as we were expecting it to go down, but it did return. So that's why it's called kind of false. Even I know some people don't like when you call it like this. Of course, people saying, oh yeah, they were collecting the stops here. So it doesn't matter. They were collecting the stops, but it still was not a movement any more further as we were expecting, a lot of people expecting. So if I connect this, you see that's the level, and that's exactly where it crosses with around 131, where I have this yellow important area I highlighted for myself. So that's why I think, okay, so if pound will go down here, it might break out a little bit and started to come back, and this is where I will be looking to buy, okay, and then hold it, and hopefully it will start to recover, and who knows, go to 142 and even go much further, right? Because they also were talking about increasing interest rates, but now it's less possible. So of course it's all will be influencing. So at this moment, with all the circumstances I'm seeing now, I would be still seeing it going down. So let's say if that's why I'm saying here could be risk if, for example, I buy and want to hold it without the stop, but the pair can fall even further. Okay, so that's what we need to know, where how far it can fall. And here I can connect you see these bottoms, and let's say I might connect that one with this exact pin and move it like something like this, or maybe even like that. So you see, then that means from 131 pound might drop even further to 126.5, and maybe even what do we have here? If it will around here is 124. Okay, so around 124, and we can see even on the time frame it's about March. So, but of course, like I'm saying, if it will be really bad with virus and lockdowns and a lot of cases again, problems with hospitals, it can have again huge drop and like a pin like we saw previously. It can be anything, so that's why it's dangerous. For example, buy here and then it's a huge pin goes all the way down, who knows where it can stop. But let's say slowly around it can be around 124 and by the end of the winter in 2022, you see, and then spring it might started only to give us that bottom here and started to recover. Okay, only from there it will start to recover. So that's what kind of possibilities easily could be. So that's why I will see how to deal with that area. And once again, possibly if it will go to 131, I might jump of course into the straight and then protect it, right, with the stop loss, just in case it will continue the way down. I don't really want to like place the sell orders when it will go to those important areas. Okay, I have some sell, but like I'm still keeping it. But like I'm saying, from here it might continue, we might have that jump out because of this a bit of uncertainty with the levels and wherever the news are going to be. But I'm like showing you technical picture and right now what we have in the air. So that's is still, you see, going inside the downtrend channel. Of course, there are no at this moment like signs of anything, indications of turning around. We do have on a smaller time frame a little bit looking like a double bottom. Yes, it could possibly be. Once again, it might go for correction or something else. We will see. But my main area would be going a bit more further, and then from here we will see, like I'm saying, you see, it might go for a bit of correction to go somewhere and then can continue the way down. So it's all going to be pushing if it will continue to stay the way wherever I was checking out, like for today's situation, right? So that's how I see it, quite possibly continue the way more and then starting to turning around. So I will not be surprised if it will go down to this area. Okay, I will not be surprised. So that's why I'm closely watching those, will be watching those areas, and of course news, and then see where to get in. Okay, Australian dollar. Pretty much the same situation, except Australia, of course, nothing to do with energy crisis, whatever is happening in Eurozone, nothing with England. So at this moment, it could be the wait, of course, need to see what is going on with the economy and, of course, the virus, like the main issue, right? And, of course, if the virus situation, it also will be dropping. So pretty much the same, but could be better position here is because it's going down at this moment. Unfortunately, here when it was started to reverse, it's broke now, right? So it's not going into the up trend anymore. It's continuing inside the downtrend, but it still has a bit of a strong support. Yes, we have bottom here, a little bottom, and you see it's just kind of touched the area, the level, but didn't break it just yet. So like I'm saying, possibly with the bad situation with the COVID, and you see the better news from America, the interest rates, and now they want Powell to be again in there. So yes, it might push it more down. We do have looking like head and shoulders. Once again, it might stop somewhere, anywhere in the area. You can use Fibonacci levels just to see where it can stop, because it's just a very open area. There is nothing here. There are some little bottoms, obviously, as you can see, they're quite weird, like level 50, level 61, and we have the 78, right, at the bottom. So pretty much you can go to any of those levels and start to look for recovery, which again going to depend on whatever news will be there. So from here, of course, if it will not break that level, I will not go further, then expectation would be to see also it might go back into the previous channel, which doesn't look like at this moment, because of, I think, the situation with the new variant is going to push all the pairs down against dollar, so that's why I don't expect it will go. If it will go back into this area, then of course it would be looking more towards up, but more I see here still more. I mean, again, it might just sit in this area once again. You see that, guys, like I'm saying, my expectation, if it's not would be that bad, the pace will go a bit of in consolidations, okay? And then, like I'm saying, through, except in Australia, it is summer. When we have winter, it's summer there, of course, but the virus situation still. But it could be better. For Australia, it might go like a bit more higher, who knows, like good turnaround. But pretty much I still see it's a little bit more as a consolidation before it will start to pick up with this winter, with this, like whatever we're going to have, December, January, let's say, and then into February. So that's why right now I see it's a bit more down, but if not, let's say it might consolidate here, and then that could be breakout area for trying to go back up again. But if it will start to go down further, this is where in this area I will be looking again, replacing the buys, looking for the buys, and then keeping it for a longer, okay, for the longer term, right? Okay, so that's kind of a bit of a view on Australian dollar Canadian. As I told you previously, guys, the same. Watch for the next bottom, right? When it's created the two tops, even I was telling you we need another bottom, and then it's created the third top, and I again told you we need another bottom, and they even indicated to you which area it could create at bottom, which was about 124. I clearly told you in my previous videos, if you watch it, this is exactly where it's happened. You see, if first of all technical, and you see like fundamental helped, and that's exactly what happened. At around 24 it's turned around, and you see now, guys, of course, with this moment, I see it's continuing the way up, okay? So obviously oil felt, we're going to see it at the end, it's like had a huge drop, and it's helped Canadian dollar also to fall, and help dollar to get stronger also. So if it will stay like that, continue, yes, I mean, yes, of course, I will not be excluding the possible to go for a bit of a correction. It might change anything next week, who knows what the news, but if it will be as bad, then it will continue the way up, so it will take those stops, we have pins, so it will go and cover them up, and then possibly, if it's going to be too strong, once again, it might just continue the way up, right? Just like up to 34, even high, who knows? But if we're looking just at the technical picture, so quite possible, if it will not go back, so you see, it could also, you know, go for a bit of a triangle and then continue. But if it will just break this area a little bit, because they still have a bit higher top and a lower, so that's why it could be a little bit of triangle creation. But if not, my expectation would be it's going up, taking those stops, then go for a bit of a correction, could be stopping just around here, and once again to continue the way up. Otherwise, so possibly like going up there, then go a little bit for more correction again using this level, and then who knows, a bit consolidation and continue the way up, or maybe it will be trying to break down. So yes, it's all quite possible, but at this moment, my first way would be looking at it to actually continue the way up. So yes, this more look more again into the situation, go into the winter. It's not even like, let's say, going through the whole year. I can't really see it as much the whole year, but for the next few months, that would be my view, if that the pair should continue the way up according with all this what is happening right now. Dollar yen also, guys, remember I told you the same when it had a huge move up. I told you I wouldn't go for sale here. A lot of people will be selling because it's like a swing, and right, and it's like got overbought. And my view was the same, technical. A lot of here, it was a lot of noise, let's say, like a lot of mess, and it was sitting here for quite a while. That's why I told you, that's what I see, expectation. It will break up and it'll just sit here. Exactly, that's what happened. Exactly. As you can see, for a few weeks, it's been sitting in this particular area, which I pointed out. It's even touched 115, but now it's went down because of this fears of COVID, new variations. So what to expect? You see, with dollar yen, I don't think I'm going to go for any trades with this pair, because obviously for better news for dollar, and of course with the virus fears, it's better for yen because people are buying yen when something bad is happening. We know that. So that's why here it still might continue doing these movements inside this area. At the same time, dollar can drop against yen because of the fears. It might be yen stronger compared to dollar. So you see, because of this a bit of uncertainty in this pair, I would not prefer to go into it compared to the other ones. They have a little bit more clues, let's say. Here, of course, technically, I can tell you that it's created one top and created another one, right? And it did fall. And pretty much it does look like it should continue the way down, okay? Because of the double top, it might be, you see, it might create a shoulder, another shoulder, and then started to fall. Yes, quite possibly, but at the same time, because it didn't break this bottom yet, it might just stay here or give another bottom and then try to go up again, which, like I'm saying, at this moment I wouldn't see it like this, but during the winter months I'm not sure, like as I'm saying, who is going to be strong. Of course there would be like news with the interest rates and non-farm payroll will be, that probably could affect dollar yen, but like I'm saying, I'm not sure what to do with it at this moment. So I think I'm just going to leave this pair and just stay away at this moment. I mean, you see in here it does indicate more going towards down. So for example, if you were like didn't sell here, probably selling here is, well, actually I was selling here, but I closed the trade, and I decided not to see if it will continue or if it will actually try to turn around and cover that pin, okay? Because there is pin and it will be back to fill it in. It's just like a gap. So that's why, I don't know. So I mean, here, of course, if it will break out, could be a really nice return into this channel, possibly, or maybe even go further down. Like I'm saying, I'm not sure how strong it's going to be because, well, pretty much if we will look back into the 2020, right, this coronavirus situation when we had, you see, it was like huge drop and then it was huge return and then slowly started to go down. You see, by the end of the 2020 and then 2021, when it's become down, it started to go back up again. So that's why that mess where it was here, it could be the same again in here. So that's why I'm not sure about this, and just I want to stay away from possibly this pair just to see a little bit more what to do with. So that's my thought on dollar yen. But with pound yen, it's a bit better picture. Again, also I see it more bearish, much bearish, and possibly more looking into getting to the trades, and actually possibly to go into sell before looking for the buy, because once again the quite strong indications here is the first we have double top, which also, yes, it can end up, could possibly go into the head and shoulders possibility, but because of this moment, right, again, Brexit, COVID, probably not sure if they're going to do the interest rate high change for England. It's more looking like it should continue the way down, okay? So this is a very strong area. It's very, like I call it, it's very fat level where it just feels like you want to take it, okay? So it does feel like you want to take it and break, smash it, and so, and then it will go down as my view on this more, and you see it's also looking like a big triangle, right? And we do have here already, we have 1, 2, 2, and this is the third top, right? And so because the third, it does look like third top was not broken and it's created double top, that's why it's more possibility it will go at least somewhere in the middle, okay? Which again, you can use Fibonacci levels, right? And so might not go all the way down, okay? So might not go all the way down, like I'm saying, depends how bad it will be, but somewhere in the middle it might go. And then from here, again, you see, but with pound yen, if for example, like with the pair euro dollar, a huge fall, if it will happen there, I will be trying to jump in straight away. If it will go like quite a lot, like below 1, I will jump there just straight away, no matter what. With pound yen, I will not jump because you see, it might it might go down there and even trying to break it, because there are quite a lot of pins in here. You see, there are pins here and pins here. It can go for those pins, at least for these ones, that area. So that's why it could be a little bit dangerous to go into buys that way in the middle, unless there will be a little bit of creation of some pattern once again. So like double bottom, something like maybe like another bullish flag it will create, just anything. Triangle little one, then possibly then we'll be looking to buy. Okay, and of course listening what's happening with the news. Yeah, but at this moment I will be looking at to sell for the pair. So we'll see. I mean, at this moment you see it's already have a huge jump, and then with the opening of the market, okay, by the way, don't forget the opening of the markets could be with the gaps, and my view, if they might not fill in them straight away. So that's why if there will be gaps, probably looking to continue wherever it will open. For example, if pound yen opens with the gap down, then I would probably expect it continue the way down. And then if there will be slightly better news, then it will be going looking for the closing that gap. It will be actually quite perfect indication if the markets will open with the gaps, and then it'll just continue the movements away from the gap, not fill it in. That means that at some point it will go back and cover those gaps. But at some point, if it comes to the bad, might be only after situation with the COVID, okay? Who knows, or something else. But then I will be more certain to look into the buys, okay, or sells, depends on which pair it's going to be. I mean, like against to close the gap afterwards, but not jump into it straight away after it's opened the gap. That's how I will be looking at it. So yes, with pound yen, I don't like see at this moment an entry point. There was good entry point previously. See that again, nice channel here. A lot of tops were here. I have, like I said to you guys, I have changed a little bit my strategy. I'm still using the same breakout, but sometimes I look, well, now a little bit more looking for the tops a bit and breaks and the pins, so which gives much better results. But you have to watch very closely the market, and it's really tiring, like I'm saying. That's why I want to have a bit of a rest, and then just will be looking for possibilities to go into longer term trades, not doing it every day because I'm really tired. November was quite busy month for me, but was really good, and I share with you the results of trading next week when the month will finish. So that's my view again on the pound yen. Euro pound is the same. I'm not thinking to go into the trade because both pairs have uncertainty, Eurozone, England, and that's why I kind of don't expect big moves on this pair. And if again I open a much bigger time frame, it does look like we're in a like uptrend, right? But it didn't break the previous top, so it was like I see creating here. So that's why connecting those ones, it could indicate turning, right, downtrend, or it could end up into a triangle, right? So, and again, triangle depends which bottoms we're going to connect. Then it could be meaning that this movement can go down further to 0.83 where it was, right? It's also a fat area. Might probably will try to break it and could be stopped right by this little level or anywhere. It's an open area again, could be stopping anywhere, and then possibly will be trying to turn around, and then it might just stuck in the area or just slowly move in here and sit in this area. So that's why I think I'm not going to go into it. It could be, I mean, it's the area of about maybe 100 to 100 pips. It could be going up and down, smaller, but I think I'm going to just stay away. I mean, yes, you can see this bottom lower, that one, if it will not break, it might just sit in this little area, just sit and consolidate, and then with some better news for one or another pair, actually finally to try to go up, or instead continue the way down. But at this moment it sits in this little channel, okay, and you see, that's what I don't like, all of these little pins in here, very narrow. I don't like, I don't want to go, because I like to go for the bigger moves, and this is very not attractive for me at this moment. So that's why I think I'm just going away, because once again, I think it's going to just sit in a bit that area. Could be, you see, like between 84, 83, slightly lower, maybe 87. Could be really messy. Just wait a bit longer for that. Okay, gold. Well, with gold, I had really good trades again with gold, but on a smaller time frames. Again, on a smaller time frame, watching it all day, and again using the double tops, double bottoms with the pins, and support again, resistance. Also my little channels really worked out well, really well. But on a bigger time frame, kind of a bit confused right now. I was really surprised that actually gold didn't continue the way up because of this situation with COVID. I do think if it will be really bad, it will jump up again, like it did in 2020, right? We've seen this. So what my concern is, look, we still have the spin, of course. It's kind of like it should go and cover it, right? So of course my thought when we went down was it will go and cover the pins, but no, you see, it's turned around. So when it's turned around, I thought, okay, it decided not to go just yet, but went up, took finally these stops, right, and jumped out of the channel. So my thought was, okay, well, if it did that, then it might be time for it to, okay, go in a bit of correction and continue the way up. But look, it came back inside the channel. So that's what confusing here. If it stayed on the top of the channel, then I would be more towards it continue the way up. But because it get inside, then now, but on the other hand, it is still inside this uptrend. That's why here could be also, it might not continue the way down. But with all the circumstances right now, it should really continue the way up instead. So that's why on a bigger picture, I have a really big problem with this, and not sure, to be honest, what to do. And so once again, let's say if they will be really bad, I still see gold will probably go up and take, will create a stop, okay, will create the stop and maybe even go higher, okay. So I do not exclude that, okay, and quite possible, like I'm saying. And if when the situation started to get a bit better, then I would presume it will start to go down again. So it will give us a double top, a huge double top, this one and another one, and then afterwards it will start to go back down, and then finally covering up these pins, okay, taking this and continue the way down. So I see that's happening if the virus situation will be completely wiped out, but like I'm saying, it's possibly after winter. So that's why still my point, it did come back, and maybe it will try to go down a bit more, but still I would see it's like I'm saying, if they will be saying it is really bad, and it could be still a jump. It's also, it's created a bit of the pin here, which also gives the view that it should go back up, still continue the way up. So but at this moment I don't have any trades open with gold, and I'm not sure what to do, to be honest, at this moment, because you know, when the situations like this happening, unfortunately the spreads are getting really big, huge spreads, slipperage. You can't get out of the trade, you can't get in time, so it could be really tricky. You need to be careful of this. So I think I just want to see what is going on, because I'm pretty much sure, of course there will be non-farm this week, but I think main situation will be how big it's going to be with the virus. So that's why I don't know at this moment, we will see. But the point is, I think if it will go down in here, I will be looking, of course, it probably break in this area, then I will be looking, of course, will be buying in here somewhere. If it will have a huge move up, then of course out there somewhere I will be looking to sell. But at this moment right here, I'm not sure, because you see it's like 50-50 at this moment. Like technically looking, it's also the same 50-50, because it got inside the channel but still stays on top of the inside the other channel. So we will see. Maybe also the gold will open with the gap, so we'll have a look at what the news are going to be this weekend, and then we will see. But that's my view kind of at this moment. Well, here we go. Oil, as you can see how big the drop was, okay? And look where it went down to one of the areas, my old area where I pointed out you a long time ago, that area, okay? So it jumped from there, went quite far, and you see how much it's reacting on the news with the virus. What can I say? The same thing again. If it's going to be really that bad, like really bad, of course it will continue the dropping, okay? It will have a huge drop. If it will be uncertainty, it might go in consolidation in here. Like I'm saying, I wouldn't be straight away like buying, thinking, okay, this must be the low. I wouldn't do it myself personally. I would wait, okay? So because like I'm saying, if it will be really that bad, it will drop further. Now it might go for a bit of a correction, of course, it could be. And so I would probably see here, if right now there will be uncertainty, it might create a pattern. And if it started to create pattern and the news are getting a bit better, then of course looking to buy. Okay, yes, of course it's a good, it could be a good, but not certainty at this moment. So yeah, that's why in this particular moment I wouldn't jump into the buy straight away and see what is going to happening with that virus. So Bitcoin. Also, well, Bitcoin right now is goes with the technical analysis quite nicely. Expectations created another bottom, right? Two bottoms, one top, went up, just exactly as I was explaining to you what to look for. It did go higher, so it took that high. As I was telling you exactly, it's just a technical, okay? Technical. If there is nothing else, we're looking at technical and then see what is going on with the news. Well, again, previously we saw that it jumped, right, with when it was coronavirus. We saw it was going up and up and up. You see, and it jumped through that year. So I presume it could be the same situation of jumping up. But let's look at the technical view, okay? Technical situation. So we do have now two tops. We definitely have two tops. You see, it's started to go down. So it did broke this one, gave us some more pins, and now is it a correction? That's the question, right? Is it a correction? What to expect? So we have this little uptrend channel, okay? So because you can see that the Bitcoin is kind of not exactly as like a normal Forex pair, right? So it could be ups, jumps, whatever, like gold is also doing similar stuff. You see like oil doing, but if you will see technically it's in Forex pairs, it's more like symmetrical. And if it is more like a symmetrical, so you see this is a very narrow channel. So, and that's why, for example, because of that very narrow channel, my expectation could be that, okay, that bottom could create, right? It's going to create a bottom somewhere. Again, just like I did here, but it was very like tiny one, okay? So it might go a little bit further, stays above this downtrend channel, right? Or maybe stay around this area, about like what, 55 something, not go below 50. And so, for example, if you create bottom here, it's quite possible. So if it will break this up, and it will continue the way up. But don't think it will go straight and break that top. It might not happen. So what you need to be careful about, so if it will go up, then you can expect next top anywhere below the previous one, okay? So it could be below 65, right? Because it's actually went to 69 something, about 70, wherever is the top. So it might create next top somewhere around here. So if it will create top, and without breaking the previous one, then of course what we expect, yes, it's going to fall, and from there it's going to fall, and it's going to break that bottom too. So it's going to fall, and then you're going to think then possibly how far it can go. So that's why here you see I draw that area for you. I'm taking it to tops, but again you see it's plus minus because you have pins. So, and then we have that bottom. So that's your next point, okay? So possibly, right, it could be a little bit low, it could be a little bit high. So at this moment, okay, I'm leaving it just roughly. So that's why what you can expect, if it will sit in here, will start to break out and then started to move down, right? So where it's going to go? So it can go around, depends how fast and how strong the move could be. Expectation would be it probably should not go below 40, okay? So that's where you could expect the next possible bottom, but 40 slightly higher. okay? Of course, unless it might drop completely down, it's going to be like a bit like really, really bad, because if it will actually do something like that, like really hard, then there might be expectation even going even lower, okay? Because yes, it can be double top, and so that's the neck area, and it easily can break that neck area and go lower. So that could be another technical picture, but we're not going to talk about it because we're still up there. We're still up there, and we are still looking at it more as an uptrend, but as a more nice and symmetrical. Then what I'm trying to say is, like, don't be like too scared if it will still like go down, and then it'll try to go up and then start to go down again, like it could drop. No, it will not drop straight away if there will be nothing on the news, but technically it might just sit and slowly move in this area and then find the support here and started to recover once again, okay? So then it would be a nice wave, okay? The nice waves are more nicer looking waves on a technical picture. I mean, again, if it's as narrow as this one, still you see it's quite a bit of a bunch of the candles, let's say, okay? So you really need to have a little bit bunch of here. So if it's going to be even narrow like this, then yes, we can see it going down. Once again, it could be about 40, and then started to turn around again, and then started to pick up, trying to take that top, which is still also can be stopped somewhere before it will be trying to do so. So you see, could be any variations with the technical overview, but it's also going to be wherever they will be saying on the news. At this moment, again, there is nothing much, and but the only that COVID problem, which people might jump into Bitcoin, like a bit more safer investment compared to like whatever, gold or yen or something, but usually it's, well, who knows, okay? So that's why at this moment, see where it's going to create at bottom, and as I'm saying, if it's not going to be dramatic, if it will have a dramatic drop below this previous one, of course the next top you would be expecting not going too high, and it might be actually going back into the downtrend. But if before that, see where it's going to give another bottom, then expect the next top, quite possibly could be not higher than the previous one, and then see where is the next bottom is going to be. So that's how I would be looking at possible view. But if there is nothing else but like more technical view, probably my expectation would be that slowly would be just slowly moving towards still going up. Like I'm saying, you see in here, it's all could be corrected that level, and just then you see if it's actually going to go somewhere around, and you can see for, again, double bottom, wherever, another indication, more pins, little pins, consolidation, and then looking for, like, let's say again for the buy, okay? So that's what you want, right? Because we do believe that Bitcoin will continue to go up, and they're always really more looking towards into opportunities to buy, because right now it is an uptrend, okay? And because of this uptrend, every time it goes into correction and creates the next bottom, you want to buy there, okay? And you go for the longer term, okay? We're not talking about right now short term trading, right? When I'm looking at the 4-hour chart, for example, daily chart, it's a big time frame, and looking a little bit more on a bigger picture overall, what is happening right now. And like, for example, right now it does look like we are in uptrend channel, and we're just going for correction. So that's why we need that bottom where you will be looking at the possibilities to buy, okay? And then you'll be looking for the next top and see where is that top. Maybe you need to close your buy and wait for the next bottom opportunities to buy again, because that could be below where you bought it. So it could be something like this. So, but that's the area, that's what I'm saying to you. For example, if you buy here, it goes up and you think it will go even further, it might not happen. That's why you need to put the protection, right? Because it might turn around and go below your bottom, and then you will be looking for the next opportunity bottom, right? And then it will be, for example, buying wherever here somewhere when it started to go recover again. And then who knows what's going to be next, okay? So that's kind of my thoughts, guys, on Forex and crypto market and oil and gold, obviously. So I wish you all the best, of course. Happy trading, everyone. Be careful, guys, of course. And like I'm saying, there will be some videos, just not probably weekly, but from time to time I'll post the videos. Maybe I will do some signals too, where I will be buying or selling or something, and you can of course subscribe to the Telegram channel. So and hopefully I will start to pick up, like I'm saying, more videos again, maybe weekly videos in next year. Okay, we will see. Well, that's it for now, and I see you in my next video. Bye everyone.